Western Sumi Kukami Hoho in a press conference clarifies election of Pushito IME as the new president of the Western Sumi Kukami Hoho on January 27. WSKH executive members deny Pushito IME as their president as he was elected without consultation with all the executive members. Former Indian football captains Baichung Bhutia and Renedy Singh become advisors of Western Sumi Sports Association. Meanwhile, WSSA Sports Association's week-long sports event to culminate on January 29. National Socialist Council of Nagaland Isaac Muiwa faction slams extension of Armed Forces Special Powers Act in Nagaland. In its mouthpiece, Nagaland Voice, the militant group says Nagas have suffered for long under AFSPA and Oting massacre should be a wake-up call. Noku Range Public Organization celebrates its general session come Leaders Meet 2022. The celebrations take place under the theme Engaged, Enlightened and Empowered from 28 to 29 January at Choklangong village under Noklak district. Tetuo Suropumji held its first ever fellowship program with all the in-laws of its citizens on Friday 2022 at Tetuo village. The organization has praised for conducting such unique and innovative program. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday addresses the National Cadet Corps PM rally at Karyappa ground in Delhi. Praises cadets for their selfless and dedicated service to the motherland. Hello and welcome to Nltv Primetime News. I'm Rinki Gogoi and let's see more of the news in details. Western Sumi Kukami Hoho on January 28 addressed a press conference giving clarification over the election of Pushito IME as the new president of the Western Sumi Kukami Hoho on January 27. During the press conference, WSKH members said that their former president Dr. Kakhedo has solved the conflicts and problems and united the two groups. However, WSKH has elected Pushito IME as the new president of WSKH without consultation of all the executive members of the WSKH. Therefore, WSKH executive members denied recognition of Pushito IME as their president. The executive members further said that although they respect the decision of all the elders, the self-styled election of a president will not be considered. Moreover, the members declared that they would follow the guidelines of Western Sumi Kukami Hoho years ago and hold a round-table general session where both the parties of WSKH would together elect a president unanimously. The members also said that 1-2 months prior to holding general session, they would in no way consider the new president Pushito IME holding office of WSKH.
आज आमी खान Western Sumi Kukami Hoho executive meeting latu. All of salagete Western Sumi Kukami Hoho majete gondokol ulaise. All of jam ulaise. Itu pura Western Sumi Hoho President Dr. Kakhedo perote. Taihi Western Sumi Kukami Hoho duta majete mil mlap puri digana. Ami khan jaigana WSB ke akbuto center tehi. Moi khan 27 November 2020 te parthan lese leikana mil mlap kudise itu pichete taikhan ami khan te simi ho Western Sumi Kukami ho laga saman iku ami khan te handover kudia nai itu prahi ami khan to ajiloke to taikhan eto Pushito president होइसे कोई कने एले कुरा तो आमी कान तो सिमी Kukami हो तो किते पे एक्सक्यूटिव पूरा बोही गना फैसला कुरा नहीं एक्सक्यूटिव पूरा बोही गना सब जिम्मा करना फैसला कुरा छे दे प्रेसिडेंट होय थाके Kami sob jima grubo lagi, session lobo lagi. Boleh luar tu berarti tay kali tay presiden ase gue kena partner lo tu amikan tu itu tu recognize kurang Aro amikan tu all of din bichete kami gimana ase sob milai kena general session le kena itu bichete hi kuni presiden grubo amikan baci kena itu sim kami usin sim kami honimite kam grubo le suru grubo tu berarti aji amikan executive fasla kurula tu tay kali tay kan partner lo tu amikan tu itu recognize kurang koi kena amikan itu sob man lo kita hunai jasa orang janai jasa.
अच्छा हमी भी एक तरीका कथा को हमी जनरल सेक्रेटरी वसन सिम कगामी हो हमकान एल्डर्स खान बरा की बनाई गना रखिसे हमकान नीति की रिस्पेक्ट करे होले भी अजी तो की बात थाकिले दुईटा कन्फ्लिक्टिंग ग्रुप थाकिले टेबल ते बहाई गना इतो करी भी इतो राइट आसे इतो रंग आसे कोई गना हमकान भीतर दे सॉल्व करे दिबो लागे जिदि पुष्टो 27 day declare Quran nishna self style declare kurigina ase itu to kile gole amegan bi hanover dyanai kiniga gurna tai to elect president elect koigena tai sob ke janai dia to itu to amegan to recognize nokure aro itu oborde ki holibe round table bohigena amegan laga differences solve kurigena give and take kurle ekdom bhal thakisile बोले भी अमेरिकन की भी को नॉलेज थका नहीं डायरेक्ट 27 जे पटना लवा तो अमेरिकन तो खुशी पा नहीं तो बड़ा नहीं अमेरिकन एग्जीक्यूटिव अमेरिकन लगा वो सिंसिमी को कमी हो या जब आसे तो कन एल्डर्स कन बड़े बनाए के ना आसे अमेरिकन ये तो फॉलो करेंगे ना है आसे एग्जीक्यूटिव आज कोता करेंगे ना अमेरिकन तो सेशन जनरल सेशन बोहिबो ताते बड़ा अमेरिकन लगा ऑफिस बेयर्स प्रेसिडेंट कौन होबो अमेरिकन ये तो सीधे है बच्चों को ना सब के जाना दिया से और एक तो कथा इन्हीं जनरल कॉन्फ्रेंस नौकरा आगे थे एक दिन महीना भीतर दे नोले भी इन्हीं टाइम पीरियड तो नहीं होले भी इतो भीतर दे अमेरिकन रिकॉग्नाइज नौकरा निशना वो सिंसे में कगामी हो ऑफिस पर इतो ऑफिस चलाई थकीले तो इतो अमेरिकन कगामी कान तो किते भी इतो तो नामानी बो कोई ना सब के जाना दिया से
Pushto IME has been elected as the new president of Western Sumi Kukami Hoho on Thursday. Notably, the Kukami from all around the Western Sumi area came to bless Pushto IE, who took over the presidency of the GBS Hoho. Furthermore, former presidents of Western Sumi Hoho and 8 frontal organizations from Western area attended the installation program. Meanwhile, the leaders who attended the gathering asked the new president to take the Kukami Hoho to new heights.
Шептешь буза амхоп някио никога пусто ана хиле чиже габагала обикуло млай таабеки мукамслау агибдаситани ले वसन समूह ओबिकलो पर्सन जिसे रबकी में सजेस्ट तो आना बागोलम लागे रबकी में तो मुहिले वानी आज दिवस कम से लाख सजलानी आना आदोही को खाते से इसके होनो ज़ले शावना में लोग बोला है वसन से में तो काय में हो ही को ये पालोक तो शिनी एक लोग माय अब वो क्या बाय ने不过不是我这个龙的不龙的古玩意了，我还不是以后就好了，是工作就好了，我开始。能不老师走。
The Western Sumi Sports Association has elected Baichung Bhutia and Renedy Singh, former Indian football captains, selected as its advisors on Friday. This was informed by Agato Awomi through a press release. The WSSL Sports Association week-long sports event, which commenced on 24 January, will culminate on 29 January 2022. Meanwhile, WSSL Sports Association paid an educational visit to Atoka Tea Factory, Nikekhe, on 27 January, which was part of the various educative activities being planned for the teams by the association. Baichung Bhutia and Renedy Singh agreed to become advisors to the association and advise officials to focus on under-14 category team of WSSA to move up the ladder to reach national and international level. They furthermore assured support to identified talents for trials in Indian football clubs. Baichung further agreed to conduct and train basic short program coaches under WSSA to guide players in cluster-targeted villages, preferably players under WSSA with some past experience.
Generation come jin hamalago walk ipchin chi asung chilo jin lo nya ipip ka ti chi pausim lugo nya angelo asung ne ko ayulo ami iplo ko angela ami ngela ko nya lo ni nong ok no lai nya adam khai nya agi anyo king amele me dai kuji these are the kuji hai dai kuji hamati hai na non hamdi de ham khai ko hai ye projin asung hamaloni e projin dadat athe ko jalaw ga nyo king na ko thai su apyawan go me pha apyawan ga ramhan ga hamda anen asung ding ipjin da theu da nong program no chunji da hama ni laga the ko nuni ham khamngan hai uthai ulai har molingji oano okyutai gunujin mele da khmen ham khamngan hai map na da hama athayo nungai thon area na yalo no baza singkhana songo nungai shi go map no logo hamana geographical map no hamana map kanji da kiko yeah hampos ham jiang ai lo ni nung kanji ngi kanji da kik ham pomchi aling ami apim nuigin apim nap kunujin hamachi lo lai hamayam lo lai hamaya su lo lai apim nap kunujin thingdai dak komchi dak ham lo ni nong de pau dang no nong ya suo no nong thiao no pau dang ga xiao hong dai gyao na lo ni ham nong go kam si dai kunujin ho ham thale lo nong mungo ham Noku range a wemding head of the drive.
Noku Range Public Organization celebrates its General Session Come Leaders Meet 2022 under the theme Engage, Enlightened and Empowered from 28 to 29 of January at Choklangang Village under Noklak District, whereby Minister H. Hayeng, Advisor Prison, Printing and Stationery, Government of Nagaland, graced as a special guest. Meanwhile, short speeches were given by Mongo EAS Noku and Hiazumeru DC Noklak. The program was further followed by declaration of new office bearers. Notably, the day one of the celebrations was concluded with a benediction by Kamo Deacon CBC, which was then followed by cultural dance by Chonglang Village. The Western Sumi Sports Association has selected Baichung Bhutia and Renedy Singh, former football Indian football captains, as the advisory on Friday. This was informed by Agato Awomi through a press release. The WSSS Sports Association week-long sports event, which commenced on 24, will culminate on January 29, 2022. The 50th Biennial General Conference of All Sumi Students Union enters the second day with the Minister of Agriculture and Cooperation Kaito Aye as the inaugural guest and advisor of Food and Civil Supplies LCMP and Taxes Pukaye Asumi as the cultural guest. Kaito Aye on his speech stressed on how COVID-19 protocols should be followed and urged the people to get vaccinated. He asserted that students' body play an important role in bringing change in the functioning of the government and backdoor appointment should not be encouraged and urged the students to strive hard to achieve their aims and goals. He also pointed out that the Naga solution is at a very critical end and said that elections are just around the corner and urged to the students to act wisely and cast their votes for the truly deserving one. Kaido further told that all Sumi Students Union to form a society to bring the students forward. NSCN IM's mouthpiece Nagaland Voice has slammed the continued imposition of Armed Forces Special Powers Act in Nagaland. The latest editorial of NSCN IM mouthpiece Nagaland Voice stated that extension of AFSPA in Nagaland is an oppressive insult to the people of the state. The faction said that the Oting massacre is a wake-up call for the Nagas, irrespective of political affiliations. Furthermore, the Nagaland Voice editorial alleged that the Nagas has faced the brunt of the AFSPA for a long time, alleging that the Nagas were treated at par with subhuman beings. The NSCN IM mouthpiece added that the Oting massacre on December 4 and 5, 2021 was the doing of the AFSPA. However, the government of India continues to let loose the Indian army in using the AFSPA against the Naga army and innocent Naga civilians. Notably, the Nagaland government has time and again reiterated its firm stand on the resolution demanding repeal of AFSPA from the state. Dimapur, despite being the commercial hub of Nagaland, is still lagging behind when it comes to good roads. Problems like lack of proper drainage system and presence of multiple potholes have caused major inconvenience to all the commuters throughout the years. Nltv on Friday visited GS Road Dimapur to take a ground report on the deplorable road conditions of the area. From visuals captured in camera, it is evident that the road is completely in dilapidated conditions. Not just the roads, but due to bad drainage systems, it is even awful to cross the area as it seems to give out foul smell as well. Such miserable the scenario is that even a few minutes of rain shower is good enough to waterlog the entire area. When Nltv asked the locals about their plights, the general public expressed their grievances against the ruling Rio government for constant ignorance that has led roads being in very bad shape over the years. They also asked the government to pay attention towards the development of road conditions and give relief to dwellers and commuters, as it will be the development of the state only.
पार्किंग करने भी दुख पाए और रास्ता भी मन भी आसे जीएस रोड लगा और स्टेशन रोड ইটো দুইটা ৰাস্তাটো ডিমাপুৰতে আমি কাৰণ ছোট টাইম পৰা দেখাটো এনেকাহি থাকে কোনবি আগে নাহে আৰু কি ক'ব ৰাস্তা কাৰণেতো মানুহখান বেছি দুখ পাই আছে ইয়াতে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টকে ক'ব মন আছে তাইখান এতিয়া কোন ৰুলিং পাৰ্টি আছে তাইখান অলপ চাই দিলে ভাল কোন ৰুলিং পাৰ্টি আছে তাইখান মৰম পৰা চাই দিলে ভাল আছে ৰাস্তাখান ডেভেলপ কৰিছে গ'লেতো নাগা ছ'চাইটি লগাই ভাল হ'ব নাগালেণ্ড কাৰণেহি ভাল আছে
ठेला लगा महीना में 3 बार ठेला भांगी से ये तो बेसी महंगा है से कमाई न हो से ठेला बिया से ये तो इन्हें का ऐसे रास्ता जेस रोड लगा हम तो यहाँ के सरकार किया से न से रास्ता इतना बिया से कोई सुनवाई नहीं दिए से रास्ता बिया से जेस रोड लगा हाँ
वो तो रास्ता न बने तो बेसी दिकदार आसे तो हमें लोग के दिकदार पाए तो का तो खींचा से आए तो बेसी रास्ता दिकदार होले हमें लोग के भी दिकदार होता रास्ता बनले भाल होबो मन आसे तो गवर्नमेंट लगा भी हमें को मन आसे कि रास्ता बनले भाल हो जाए वो
The Tetuyo Suro Pumji held its first ever fellowship program with all the in-laws of its citizens on Friday 2022 at Tetuyo village. The program began with a welcome address from Trong Sang Soo, President TSP. Meanwhile, special prayer for in-laws was said by Kotsaliba Pastor Tetuyo Baptist Litro. Furthermore, Reverend Kinka Pastor Sadang Baptist Litro lauded the Tetuyo Suro Pumji for organizing such a remarkable program. Meanwhile, GB Turing Mong, VCC, were among others who spoke during the program. The program was chaired by L. Tesolen, GS 59 Mandal BJP, while the vote of thanks was given by Muzuzu, VP. Notably, the program was concluded with a prayer by Alfred, Pastor TRC. During the inauguration program for Regional Center for Sporting Excellency Nagaland, DGP T. John Longkumar stated that Chumukidima district is all set to get a new police station. However, the new police station will only be inaugurated with prior permission from the Chief Minister and it will be inaugurated in the next financial year. Tensions flared up along the Assam-Arunachal Pradesh border following a firing incident over construction of a road. The contractors engaged in the road construction allegedly opened the fire after locals raised objection to the construction work being carried out by the Arunachal Pradesh government. The incident took place at Hime Basti area under Gogamukh police station in Dhemaji district of Assam. Agitated over opening of the fire by the contractor, local villagers from Assam protested and forcibly stopped the construction work. The angry crowd also damaged a very few vehicles and set on fire a temporary camp that was built for the road construction workers. Police forces from both Assam and Arunachal Pradesh rushed to the spot and brought the situation under control. Meanwhile, Assam Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa Sarma has directed the Deputy Commissioners of Lakhimpur and Dhemaji districts to get in touch with their Arunachal counterparts and resolve the situation at the earliest. To boost the economy of the locals, Nagaland-based Entrepreneur Association and non-governmental organization has launched the Reverse Urbanization campaign to help the local communities earn a livelihood. Entrepreneur Association conducted a 2-day SOP making workshop on Tuesday and Wednesday at Aloha Learning Center in Kohima, and a total of 53 participants from across Nagaland, including one from Manipur's Senapati district, to take part in the training program. Trained from Thailand, Vetoni, an associate pastor of Lumami Village Baptist Church, taught the participants. Entrepreneurs Association stated that the program received many positive responses. There were several criticisms over the Meghalaya Chief Minister for violating COVID-19 protocols by attending the Republic Day celebrations on Wednesday, to which Chief Minister of Meghalaya Conrad K. Sangma denied violating the protocols and stated that he, as a Chief Minister, has a lot of responsibilities and have always been responsible. Sangma on Thursday also stated that he was disheartened to see people picking up petty issues while the state is taking up important issues like statehood and border issues. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday addressed the National Cadet Corps PM rally at Karyappa ground in Delhi. Notably, the rally was the culmination of NCC Republic Day camp, which is held every year on 28 January. During the event, PM Modi inspected the Guard of Honor, reviewed march past by NCC contingents, and also witnessed the NCC cadets displaying their skills in army action, slithering, microlight flying, parasailing, as well as cultural programs. Furthermore, speaking to the young cadets, PM Modi said he once was an NCC cadet just like them and praised them for their selfless and dedicated service to the motherland. The Prime Minister further said that over 1 lakh new NCC cadets were added in border areas in the last 2 years.
इस समय देश अपनी आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहा है और जब एक युवा देश इस तरह के किसी ऐतिहासिक अवसर का साक्षी बनता है तो उसके उत्सव में एक अलग ही उत्साह दिखता है। यही उत्साह मैं अभी करियप्पा ग्राउंड में भी देख रहा था। ये भारत की उस युवा शक्ति के दर्शन हैं जो हमारे संकल्पों को पूरा करेगी, जो 2047 में जब देश आजादी के 100 साल पूर्ण करेगा, 2047 के भव्य भारत का निर्माण करेंगे। मुझे गर्व है कि मैं भी कभी आप ही की तरह एनसीसी का सक्रिय कैडेट रहा हूं। लेकिन जो सौभाग्य आपको मिला है वो मुझे नहीं मिला था। मुझे एनसीसी में जो ट्रेनिंग मिली, जो जानने सीखने का अवसर मिला, आज देश के प्रति अपनी जिम्मेदारियों के निर्वहन में मुझे उन संस्कारों से, उस ट्रेनिंग से असीम ताकत मिलती है। अभी कुछ ही समय पहले मुझे एनसीसी एलुमनाई का कार्ड भी मिला था। आज देश के प्रधानमंत्री के साथ साथ मैं उस नाते भी आपका साथी हूं, आपसे जुड़ा हूं। मैं एनसीसी के सभी पदाधिकारियों को और सभी फेलो कैडेट्स को इस अवसर पर सैल्यूट करता हूं। आज जिन कैडेट्स को पुरस्कार मिला है उन्हें भी मैं अपनी हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
5 NCC cadets from Nagaland brought laurels to the state as they were among 57 cadets selected to represent Northeast at Republic Day Parade, which was held in New Delhi on 26 January. The 5 youths were also in the contingent from Northeast that took part in the National Cadet Corps PM rally that held on Friday. The Naga cadets were Juo Talisungit Ozukum, Suo Mengutsino Nakro, and CPL Bakon from St. Joseph's College, Jakama, while Suo Shalo Tela from Kohima College and LCPL Nikesano Kutso from Patkai Christian College.
Northeast Region Directorate, led by Senior Under Officer Umar Khan, and placard bearer is Under Officer Talli. Northeast Region Directorate,
With barely a month left for assembly elections in 5 states, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the star campaigner of the BJP, has continued his poll stunts. After donning a Manipuri stole and a Brahma Kamal cap of Uttarakhand, Prime Minister Narendra Modi wore a Sikh turban while attending a NCC rally at Karyappa ground in Delhi on Friday. Notably, Punjab has the largest population of Sikhs in India, numbering around 16 million, forming 57.69% of the state population. Punjab is among the 5 states that will go to polls next month. Earlier on Republic Day, PM Modi, in an apparent message to the election-bound states of Uttarakhand and Manipur, wore a Brahma Kamal cap, which is native to the Himalayan state of Uttarakhand, and a Manipuri stole. Ahead of Uttarakhand polls, State Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami held a door-to-door campaign in Khatima constituency on Friday. Addressing the people, Dhami said that the government plans started by Prime Minister Narendra Modi are for the poor and no other party had worked so much for Uttarakhand's development as BJP did. On Thursday, Dhami filed his candidature for the assembly elections from the Khatima assembly seat. Meanwhile, Union Minister Amit Shah also held elections campaign in Greater Noida on Thursday. The visit was part of his door-to-door campaign in Western UP ahead of the first phase of voting on February 10.
मैं इस क्षेत्र के लोगों का बहुत ऋणी हूँ। इन्होंने मुझे जब मैं पहली बार लड़ा, दूसरी बार लड़ा, हर बार मुझे अपना आशीर्वाद दिया। इस बार भी मैं देख रहा हूँ बड़ी संख्या में माताएं बहनें आ रही हैं, सभी बड़े बुजुर्ग आ रहे हैं, सभी नौजवान साथी आ रहे हैं, छोटे-छोटे बच्चे आ रहे हैं और
Supreme Court stated that state government ought to collect significant data from granting reservation in promotion to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe employees, and further added that it cannot lay down new standards after Constitution Bench decisions. A 3-judge bench of Justices Nageswara Rao, Sanjeev Khanna and B.R. Gavai made these remarks while delivering its judgment on the issue to grant reservation in promotion to the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes in government jobs. The Apex Court had earlier stated that it would not reopen its decision on the issue of the grant of reservation in promotion to the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, and said it was for the states to decide how they are going to implement the same. The Attorney General K.K. Venugopal for Center had earlier stated that it is a fact of life that even after 75 years, those belonging to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes have not been brought to the same level of merit as the forward classes, and that it is more difficult for those belonging to the SCs and STs to get a position in higher posts in a category of jobs, and time has come when the top court should give concrete basis for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes and other backward classes. The Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia conducted a high-level meeting on Friday through video conferencing in the context of Omicron variant of SARS-CoV-2 with health ministers of southern states and union territories. Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Telangana, Lakshadweep, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Earlier, he conducted a high-level meeting with 9 northern states and union territories and advised them to send COVID testing vaccination data timely. During review meeting with the southern states and union territories, Health Minister on Friday stressed upon e-Sanjeevani teleconsultation, monitoring, home isolation and increasing RT-PCR tests in states which are reporting lower percentage testing. The Union Health Minister also said that testing should be ramped up in the states where it was gone down. He also advised states and union territories to ensure that those in home isolation are efficiently monitored in line with the national guidelines. Actor Sonam Kapoor's husband Anand Ahuja complained about an e-commerce brand on Twitter after a terrible experience. Ahuja took to Twitter and shared the bad experience he had with the e-commerce brand. Meanwhile, taking to Twitter, Sonam Kapoor supported husband Ahuja's complaint against the brand and captioned, "Terrible customer service is shameful." The company replied to Anand's tweet and apologized for inconvenience. However, Anand replied to the company's comment and poured out his disappointment. He complained that they are unable to resolve, offering unfair, one-sided and even fraudulent solutions. Ahuja stated that the company's new policies are malicious and a scam. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will present the second paperless union budget on February 1. Due to the COVID-19 situation in the country, the upcoming budget session of Parliament will be conducted amid strict COVID protocols. Member of Parliaments will be asked to keep social distancing. Sitting arrangements for the MPs will be made in both the chambers of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the visitors gallery and also the central hall. Meanwhile, the Finance Ministry has informed that there will be no halwa ceremony this year, which is usually held 10 days ahead of the presentation of the budget every year. Sweets were provided to the core staff instead of customary halwa in view of the prevailing pandemic situation and the need to observe health safety protocols. A meeting of Rajya Sabha floor leaders chaired by Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu would take place at 5 p.m. on January 31. India on Friday inked $375 million deal to export BrahMos supersonic cruise deal missiles to the Philippines, which has a running battle with China over territorial claims in the South China Sea in recent months. The Philippines will get at least 3 missiles batteries of the shore-based anti-ship system of the BrahMos, a deadly non-nuclear weapon that flies almost 3 times the speed of sound at Mach 2.8. Apart from training for operations and a necessary integrated logistic support package, this contract is for the Philippines Navy for coastal defense. With an eye on China's aggressive behavior in the Indo-Pacific, India has been stepping up military ties with Asian countries through combat exercise, exchange and now increasingly weapons supplies under the Act East policy over the years. India has also supported the freedom of navigation and overflight for all in the South China Sea in accordance with the UN Convention on the Laws of the Sea. Thank you, viewers. That's all for NLTV Primetime News. For more updates, keep watching NLTV. Sab Manulaga Awas.